this month's episode of DC Call, we will focus on education, as well as the narratives that were perpetuated. Ever since I was a little kid, growing up in the city, I always remember people saying, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. And that stayed with me for so long. And now understanding how narratives are perpetuated by the powers that be, I have a better understanding of how education is the way out of any situation, out of poverty, out of misery, out of depression. Education is the key component. You know, you got your spiritual things and your money, but education is one of those main things.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Jelly. We back, we right here, DC Call. We right here off of Benning Road over here. And this is like a campus, really. This is like a, we're in Northeast, and this is the we're at the Charles Young Two Rivers campus. But really, this is was like an academy. I mean, just the space and the amount of schools that were over here. You know, it's just about embracing it and take pride in it. I'm getting a little off subject, but, you know, I went to school here at Brown Junior High School and everything. You got Spingarn is over there. Then you got Phelps Senior High School. It was like a vocational school, but it was still a high school and everything like that. So, you know, man, this little area right here is really prominent, you know, to a lot of people, too, because, you know what I mean, a lot of people on this side got educated over here.
DC education, I didn't stay in it for long, so my experience was actually great. I love DC Public Schools. We had programs, we had music, we had teachers that were loving and caring. And I remember when I was at Smothers, that's in Northeast, there was during Halloween time, the principal would dress up in this lion costume and go around the school and yell and scream and scare us. It was a little terrifying, kind of, but it was also a good memory because when I got to Maryland schools, we didn't have those type of experiences. We didn't have those type of, you know, they didn't make it fun for us. You know, they were I'm very grateful for the school that I went to because I feel like it's a lot different than most in the PG County area. But DC schools were where I had the most fun. DC schools was where I enjoyed my friends more. DC schools is where I felt that I could learn the most. I could be the most. And I enjoyed the teachers. As it relates to the education now, I believe that the teachers are fighting for their students. They're fighting for curriculums. They're fighting for programs. They're fighting to keep the integrity and the knowledge. They're fighting to keep it in a state of excellence. I love schools like Duke and Ballou that are making a conscious effort of sharing who their students are and what their students are accomplishing. I've loved the fact that a lot of DC students are now big in the movies and big on TV and are becoming absolutely beautiful people. And they grew up here, you know, and they were taught here, and they don't separate themselves from this area because of the growth and the challenge to be greater. And I think that that's the best part of DC Public Schools.
I'm gonna say public. You know what I'm saying? You know, education is everything. I mean, it's a good thing to make it through it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just so you as a person could be like you have done something and not done nothing. You feel me? But man, you know, been as though your surroundings in your area, man, in the world period, you can learn from the world period. You feel me? I don't need nobody else half-ass teaching me. You know what I'm saying? That really just trying to get a check for it. You feel me? Most of them don't have the love in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you meet different people, man. You know, you learn from all. You know what I'm saying? You most definitely gonna get it all though. What it mean to me to be truly educated, man? I'ma just say having knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta know what you know out here, man. You gotta know what you know, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay down with it, man. You feel me? Knowledge is power.
When I was growing up, it was public schools. I went to Walker Jones Elementary, which is in Ward 6. I went to Jefferson Junior High School down southwest, and I went to Dunbar High School, which is in Ward 6. Education now has shifted from public schools to charter schools. My kids, they go to DC Prep Edgewood. Both of them are, it seems like their education is on a whole nother level than when I was growing up in school. They learning stuff that we wasn't taught when I was in school.
In the middle of the room, that's fiction, adult fiction collection right here in the middle. These are 2 of the 3 conference rooms. We have conference room 2, conference room 1. Then we have 4 study rooms that you can pick from. Periodicals, magazines, or whatnot. This is the young adult section over here on the right. They got 8 Macs.
Max.
You actually might have that one.
If they got it. Oh, gold, man. Gonna read this shit, man. The education is very important. Growing up in D.C., I was educated with the D.C. public school system. I went to LaSalle Elementary School. From LaSalle Elementary, I went to Taft Junior High School in Northeast. And then from Taft, I moved to Dunbar Senior High School in Northwest D.C. And I think the educational system, I'm sure it could have been better. All I know is what was presented to me. But I know when I went to college, I felt like a lot of the things that I should have been prepared or should have known, I kind of fell short. So I was playing a lot of catch up. But with that being said, I definitely believe education is important. If it wasn't that important, I don't think when we were enslaved that the slave masters, they made sure that we didn't learn to read or write. That was a reason behind that, because they knew that the importance behind that, if we gained that knowledge and understanding, then, our mental shackles would have been broken off a long time ago. So I definitely believe education is important, and I just think it all pulls into what the discussion has been evolving around: money and politics, education. It's like a 3-edged sword. The money, the politics. The more money is behind it, the more politics behind a certain neighborhood, that finances and resources are going to get funneled to that school. You know what I mean? So it all is very pivotal for Native Washingtonians, and really anybody, but especially Native Washingtonians.
Plain ass chicken, he was asking me, let me go Bilal. What that nigga Bilal, sir? Yeah, sir. That's you talk twice. When she get poured over here, we just go up top. Oh yeah, that is that nigga car right there. Oh, that ain't. Graduated slip. Hey, Bilal! What's up, nigga? Alright, we can do something. What's up, nigga? Alright, that's yeah, you know we out here thugging hard. Let me see that joint. He said we thugging hard with my mama, hey, boy. We thugging hard in the hard. We in the motherfucking churches, nigga. This wild shit, nigga. I'm telling you, Slim thugging hard. We gonna put up against you a bar, nigga. Hey, here, cat.
that gang shit.
Say, Bilal, what's up, nigga?
Oh, yeah, it was cool right there.
We gotta come down this bitch.
Nigga, you hear me? That's the nigga that did Blizzard.
Check him out. Bilal!
You heard me, Miller?
Whole lot of gang.
For the crime.
You know what's up, nigga?
Oh, he coming through the cut.
Man, I gotta go ahead and do me a video, man. We out here in the motherfucking trenches all over the city right now, god damn it.
Since he about to go around.
Yeah.
Last time he always pumped up. He didn't even know who he was around.
Those narratives that are being perpetuated that may not be flattering or becoming to our people, this has been going on since the beginning of time, you know. So we have to understand what's going on and do not get psyched out, and understand and have the knowledge of self and being self-educated and things of that nature. You want to just be self-educated, you know, so, you know, going into different neighborhoods, you can see the oppression and how it took place. It mainly took place in the facility that education and knowledge is supposed to be attained. However, there were so many strategic and oppressive forces in play, it was hard to get educated, you know, coming from an urban environment. This is before the gentrification of DC. Now that things are gentrified, the school systems are better. However, the community is out of touch and don't see the benefits of learning. This saddens my heart. We must continue to push and fight. It takes a village to raise one another. And we have to pull each other up, not pull each other down. Promote learning, encourage your people to do better, read, write, learn. It's the best thing out there. It's knowledge, information. You don't have to work for anybody else. You can work for yourself, attain the knowledge, and create what you want, you know. With all this being said, this is DC Cult. Education is the biggest component you need to be successful.
Meek jump slim. Shit almost brought tears in my eyes while he was doing it. Like, this shit real, these stories is real, niggas spitting.
Hey, wouldn't they there?
Oh shit, I'm on the hit Nate. Hey, but look, it ain't. Yeah, but look, yeah, you go hit him. Hey, look, it ain't like we don't know we in where they make the laws and all like this, man. It's just a lot of oppression up in this junk. But we gonna give you some of this real DC culture, man. Right? Yeah, nah. Hey, look, we gonna give you this real DC culture, man. We rocking and rolling. This Friday, I'm with my man Smurf, man. You know, check out his documentary, man. Hurry Locks Man. Process of Change is on YouTube. You feel me? So let's get this thing rocking and rolling, and let's support our own.
Carter G. Woodson, author of Miseducation of the Negro, was offered a job at Howard but refused due to the miseducation of all facilities. And he didn't just believe that the Negro was miseducated. He believed all people in America being miseducated.
You know what it is. It's your boy. It's Jelly right here. But you know what it is. We on the educational tip. DC Cult. We right here on Howard University campus. You know, just checking it out, man. I got a HBC education, historically black college, but you know now that DC is becoming, you know, like a just straight up PWI. You know what I mean? This is important. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of friends of mine, we used to get into it because they went to the PWI institutes and everything like that. Whereas though I'm going to my A&T, North Carolina or South Carolina, and visiting my friends at Howard, and these people like us, but they go to PWI universities, feeling like they getting a better education, and that's not the right thing, you know. education is education, you know, and you know, the miseducation of it is not just of the Negro, it's of everyone. So you can be miseducated in any university, institution, or whatever. But you know, we right here taking a look, and really I'm up here for my baby girl, my young daughter. They have a special program, and you know, we just trying to see the benefits and what it offers. So you know, education is very important, so much that you don't wait to get college ready in high school. You do that already once you are able to talk and you read and things like that. So education is just critically, it's very critical, important. It's the way to thrive. It's the way to function in this society. You know, no matter what. No, I don't care what age it is, but especially in this digital age, you know, technology, everything is just evolving so much quicker. Change is inevitable, but the frequency of the change and the evolution has definitely picked up. DC has a lot of colleges, you know, whereas though you think about politics and or urban hood areas, but you have a big educational cluster here. You know, you have American University, Georgetown, GW, Catholic University, and so we'll probably stop past Catholic and Georgetown. But I mean, this education thing is way bigger, and the impacts of not being educated or being educated can go a long way, you know, because the difference between having no money and having money is knowledge. So if you have no money and you have knowledge, you'll be okay. But if you have money but no knowledge, I feel sorry for you, my friend, because a fool and their money shall part soon. So on that note, peace, man. You know, stay tuned, man. DC Cult, man. You know what I'm saying? We on this education chapter. This what it do. I'm sitting up here rapping, but we got to hit the streets, man, and go to the next set.
Elections, because just in case Curtis doesn't want to be president again, somebody else can run for president. And now we are going to move into the best part of the afternoon. Students get to take PVC piping and a whole bunch of other things and build a wind turbine. And so now our chapter will offer KidWin for every grade, K through 12. The only difference is 2 parent coaches. So we got a group of children here that want to be on a team, but
Tight. I did rent my daughter something back in the day. I'm about to say I don't really use the junk, but I came in I did look for this book though, and I was uptown.
You want a new library card? Oh, ain't that serious?
I probably got the junk in the cut somewhere, but is it a long process?
No, I just scan it and get to you right now.
Oh, all right, we can get out the one. That's John be talking about, man. Just got a library card at Anacostia Library, man. DC. Got 3 great books for the free beats. I'm gonna rent them. I probably about got a 30-day rental. And it's like they got DVDs, CDs, you know, coming in here. You on your learning game, man. Gang, learn. You get anything you want and you get the knowledge of it. And that's what it's all about, so I'm cool. Got my little books. I'm ready to go write up some of my own books, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hopefully I get one of my books up in here. You understand me? Yes, indeed, man. I'm over here. Bro, I've been looking for this book. Well, I wasn't in search of it, but I heard of it some years ago and I found it. Bam, get you some. I feel like I struck gold today, you know what I mean? Who would have thought a book would have brought a smile onto my face, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, get you some.
Then you gotta think about the education system right now, man. The education system, if you go around the city and look, man, back in the day, man, the schools was falling apart. Like you had, man. You look at schools, yeah, you look at schools now, man. They done picked up, they done, man, redid them. Them songs look good. But then you got little scandals, like, man, the kids not going to school enough to graduate, getting pushed through. You know what I'm saying? You got, man, fabricated grades, you got this, that, and the third. And at the end of the day, people think that's cool. They like, man, my whole point is for my child to graduate school, but they not getting none of the tools they need to be successful. So I got a high school diploma, but when it's time for me to go to college or get a trade, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know how to, man, multiply, divide, or I don't know how to make a complete sentence. And it don't make sense, and now I'm behind the 8 ball again. So it's just, man, there's so many things going on, man. There's so many things going on with education, man. They make the schools look good, but it's a bigger picture to that. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a rocket science to figure out why the schools are getting cleaned up and they looking better. It don't take rocket science. I ain't really gonna speak on it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I went to private school majority of my life. The only time I went to public schools, I went to Brooklyn. I went to Brooklyn Elementary School for a year. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Bulldogs. Then I was in private school the rest of my life. Once again, like I said, man, my household was a little different. What it do? You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? The economy in the city, man. You see, my man got the Who's Missouri. We just say Who's Missouri. My man got the Who's Missouri, the network on. Lord DC Cult, man. DC Cult, man. DC Cult. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
everything is organic, man.
It's all family around here.
It's organic. What's up, boy? Good to see you. Rain.
Yo,
man, morning.
You ain't see me early when I was working?
I don't know.
I'm with the Marcus Goodman Cafe now.
Yeah,
turn my shirt on, I'm like, oh, what's up with the camera?
Good people, man. You know what I'm saying?
I went to motherfucking, I went to public school. I went to Rudolph, Whittier, uptown. You know what I mean? Rudolph, they put me out like in kindergarten. They told them people I couldn't come back. You know what I mean? And I went to Whittier. You know what I mean? I got put out of Whittier in like the 4th grade. You know what I mean? The school system like set me up. I felt like it set me up, you know what I mean, for the criminal justice system, as far as the public school system. You know what I mean? Once I switched over to charter, you know what I mean, all schools I went to, they realized, you know what I mean, I had sense, you know what I mean? But charter school, charter school, it was good, but once about 7th grade, my mother and father had came home from prison. So you know what I mean? I'm directly impacted by mass incarceration from myself onto my father, you know what I mean? And even my mother, you know what I mean? My mother did 6 years, you know what I mean? Cold-blooded soldier. Most of these niggas won't even do that, you know what I mean? Facts. You know what I mean? Yeah, and as a man, like, they came home and Mom Dukes and Pops, they wanted better for me. So, you know what I mean? Mom Dukes, she had got me in a WJA. That's a joint over Northeast, man. Catholic joint. You know what I mean? And my father ain't want me to go. You know what I mean? I'm Muslim, you know what I mean? I was born Muslim, so he wasn't with no Catholic school, Himmler, but he's like, yeah, as far as academics, this school on point. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, I was in the 7th grade. I'm talking about the shit they taught me in there. By the time they transferred me back, I ended up getting put out of there. You know what I mean? They transferred me back to Whittier for my 8th grade year. And motherfucking, I got put out of there. I ain't really want, you know what I mean? I wasn't there because I was like, all this shit was easy, you know what I mean? So I had no choice but to, you know what I mean, do what I was doing, you know what I mean? And about time 9th grade hit, I went to 9th grade for like 90 days. They put me out. They had, I had caught a charge, my first charge, fucking around in school. Yeah, and that's my first charge. My first charge I caught in school. Facts. And facts. That shit, facts. Like, that shit set me up. Public school, like, that shit, like, set me up directly for the motherfucking system. And it's like, all that shit worked together.
To me, I think the school system needs something to teach us black people the knowledge of ourselves, who we are as black people. That's the thing. That's the missing component And that component right there, that missing element, that's why we kill each other, that's why we don't support each other, that's why we talk against each other, that's why we hate on each other, because we don't love each other, because we don't know ourselves. Because if you can't love yourself if you don't know yourself, and if we acknowledge yourself, that's the missing component in school that will make us do all the things that we need to do to be progressive.
And I ain't know the question, but going off of what you just said, you gotta know yourself, and plus we gotta get to know each other.
That's right.
You can't love somebody that you don't. If you don't know yourself, you can't love yourself. You can't love nobody, no other person if you don't know them either. So you know what I'm saying? What I see what's wrong with black males from my city, because I see them every day. Like rather than seeing a guy and saying what's up, they see a dude that they don't know, or they might see on Instagram that everybody know, and just look at him and mug. So, on me or anybody else seeing another guy just mugging on me, it's like, man, who are you? Why are you even looking at me like that? Like, bro, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying?
I think it ain't even basically, it ain't even the people that's in the schools. I think to me, cause I went to Pop View right here, you hear me? I got kicked out, put out, kindergarten. Then I went, y'all heard.
Homie, what's up, Snell?
Charter school, it was a whole different structure, you know what I'm saying? So education, basically, it ain't even about the kids, what area it is.
You know what I mean?
You can put the students in a box. Is the structure right, what they teaching them, and the different fundamentals that you're giving us kids, and how you teach them, just like he said, when you went from a public school to Catholic, they taught him different, so he learned it different. Everybody learned different, and that's the main thing. You got a different structure you gotta give, you know what I'm saying, you apply, I might catch it on this way, different with sports, you know what I'm saying? The education is the way you say it to somebody, the way you speak to somebody, you know what I'm saying, pronounce it, there's a different way about it. So structure, I think that's the main thing with education, not even in the city, but in suburbs too, you know what I'm saying? It's all around.
Black people got a different learning style from white people, and we can learn. How do we know we can learn? Because you go to the club one Saturday, we know every lyric in a song, which means we can learn the same thing on the schoolwork.
But education.
It's not even about that. It's about the school system. Schools are based on their financial system is based on taxpayers' money in the school area. You know what I mean? But recently, I know my nephews and them, schools have been getting better since this shit. You know what I mean? Since it's been
switching over
gentrification. So it's been different, but this shit wasn't nothing 5-6 years ago. DC getting better though. We getting better. It's getting better. But it's just we gotta find a way to stay in. African Americans. Because they buying up houses, they knocking on doors, trying to buy grandma's house. Yeah.
I think the school system's getting a little better. Only reason because they're doing a little more bilingual stuff. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was coming up, they wasn't teaching us Spanish. But I always questioned that. Every school I ever been to was always ESL. This English second language shit. You know what I'm saying? But never coming up did I had Spanish till you got in high school. When you got in high school, you had to take either Spanish or French. What about in elementary? What about middle school? They wasn't really introducing Spanish to us. So now in schools, they got bilingual schools. They got English and Spanish. I mean, that's cool, but like you said, I think the gentrification got a lot to do with that shit.
Well, I taught in this system for 30 years. And one thing I can say, the District of Columbia put a lot of money into education. They put millions of money into education. And it didn't pay off. It really didn't. We didn't really get to the root of the problem But now I do think that some changes have been made. One of the best changes I think was made in this city was when they allowed the 3-year-olds to go to school all day. I think that really, really made a difference. And they did it maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. And we're beginning to see that difference. Education is important. It should be important in any race and culture. And this town, you have schools that are just like private schools, but they're public schools. And that shouldn't be. They should have all good schools in all areas of this city. They're doing some things in Southeast that I like. They started school early so some of the kids can catch up. They even had Saturday schools in some of the schools in Southeast so some of the kids can catch up. There's a lot of things that goes with poverty. And we have some poor children. And they do need to catch up. It's a whole lot of things that's missing in their life. And education can make the difference in their life. I understand that jail cells are decided by the truancy rate of first graders. Now that's sad to say, but it's true. Because those first graders that are not in school, there's some family problems, and they are preparing jail cells for them. Well, of course, you know you go to 12th grade. That's a requirement as far as I'm concerned for everyone. But to be truly educated is to go to college and to be honest, then that's a book knowledge. But there's a lot of education you can get from wisdom. That's why I always listen to my aunts and uncles and people who are older than I am. I came from a family of people who were not educated. You know, most of them did not finish high school, but they had a lot of wisdom. And to be honest, they're doing better than most of the educated people that are doing in this city now. They had homes, they had cars, they raised children, they sent them to college, and they did quite well. In fact, some people who have the education now are not doing as well as they did. You know, I've worked with people who have master's degrees and doctor's degrees and could not even afford a house in the city where they work. There's something truly, truly wrong with that.
All I know is DC public schools, maybe public charter schools, and you know we got the private schools, but I don't really pay attention to that over there. It's like, you better take advantage of it. You gotta take advantage of it, and it's like, in these schools, you got good teachers, and you got teachers just there for the check, but if you apply yourself, no matter what's going on in that classroom, you could pass. You could pass, so it's like, education in DC, man, you better take advantage of it. If you get education anywhere, take advantage of it, because sometimes it's free. Take advantage of it, and education is what's really gonna get you far in life if you like really want, if you really want, to make a living. Education just gonna make you a living, but if you self-educate yourself, that's gonna make you a fortune. So it's like, it's a lot going on. See, I just got a formal education, so I'm making a living right now. But once I educate myself on other things, you feel me? I'm gonna be making my own income. So yeah, but to answer your question, man, education in DC is important. No matter how you getting it, you better take advantage of it. Or if you don't, you better educate yourself. Because everything they teaching you ain't really right. You hear me? Don't believe everything.
Education in DC, well, education is watered down, it's flawed to me. They teach you what they want you. They teaching you what they want you to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit, DC history, when you go into schools, man, they teaching you some bullshit. I just went to go visit my old teacher from high school. You know what I'm saying? Well, Mr. Stevens, that was my man. He was my old high school teacher, history teacher. Funniest thing was, man, he owned up to it. He was like, man, I don't even teach these kids out of the history books anymore. You know what I'm saying? He was like, because the shit is all bullshit pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of lies. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, because he said, I learned it when I was with y'all. You know, and I remember him taking us on field trips. That's how I found out about the Harlem Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how it was in D.C. because when they had it in the history book, well, he had already knew. And this is a white man. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Stevens is a fucking white guy, like all white, like you know, cool, good fucking guy though. Love the shit out of him. You understand what I'm saying? But he was real. You understand what I'm saying? He was a real person. It wasn't about the color of his skin at all. He never made me feel any kind of way just to put it out there. But he was a real person. He was like, man, this is some bullshit. And it's funny, we just had a conversation, like, man, he was like, I was reading that when I was young. He's like, I was about y'all age that y'all are now when I came here to teach. And I was reading it. He's like, you know, I just came out of school and I knew all this information. He was like, man, that's some bullshit. Like, this is in the book for real, and they wanted me to teach y'all this? And he was like, man, I took it. He said, from that day on, you know what I'm saying? And I remember him taking us on the field trip where I went up, we went to U Street, because he used to live up on U Street. He used to live on 9th and U, Half Street. He took us up there and showed us all type of shit, the house theater and the historical facts about that and all type of shit I could sit and tell you about. But he showed us, man, and like he that was an awakening for me, like a moment of enlightenment. Like, with damn, like I learned about my folks, you know what I'm saying? Then I was into the poems and shit back then. So I remember he even pulled out some shit. He had some shit that I wrote back in like 11th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a poem called Jazz Man. Mind you, Jazz Man, J-A-Z. You know, I put the Z's and shit. But I was on that shit because we was doing the Harlem Renaissance. I remember writing the shit when he started reading. I remember when I wrote it and everything. It was in creative writing class and all that. But it was based off the whole Harlem Renaissance shit that we was learning about. And I wasn't, you know, this information I wasn't even privy to until then. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just shit like that. But man, y'all ain't go to a regular DC public school either. You know what I mean? I went to well, now it's a college prep. You know what I'm saying? It's college preparatory schools for inner city troubled youth. You know what I'm saying? I went to a school like that, so it was geared to make you, you know, it was geared for that. It was like to give you those experiences that you wasn't getting everywhere else. It was like one of the first charter schools. It wasn't, you know, this was when charter schools was first being brought into DC. This was back in 2003, 2000. You know, no, I'm sorry. I graduated in 2004. I'm sorry. C opened up in 1998. So this was like one of the first charter schools in DC. You get what I'm saying? So the education was supposed to be different. So, you know what I'm saying? I was learning shit, and we was learning shit different, and just so happened that we had pretty decent teachers. And yeah, he was white, and a lot of them was white, but they were real people. Like, they never made me feel like they was racist or like they didn't want me there or they didn't want to teach me. They showed me everything I felt like they showed me. Like, we had a teacher from Sidwell Friends. The funniest thing, and he made that like known when he got there. And I don't know if he did that to let us know, like, you know, because Sidwell Friends is like a prestigious school in DC and all that other, you know, shit. It's where all the president's kids go, all that shit. But he, you know, when he came there, we kind of had a little bad, you know, first meeting, greeting shit. But once we got on the same page, I never felt more welcome by anybody who didn't look like that. That man was a straight up white dude, Dan Rubenstein. I loved the shit out of him. Like, made me like math. I hated math in high school. Hated math. This man made me love math. Algebra, geometry, fucking pre-cal, trig, the Pythagorean theorem, all that wild logarithms, all that geeking ass shit we was learning in high school. That man made me like that shit because I did not like that shit. But he found out a way to connect with me where I learned that shit and I enjoyed it. And like we would like have, you know, like challenges during the test. Me and my man Tim, like we would literally who could get the highest score on the test, and we would get rewards for this shit. Like, so, you know, I mean, for me, education was cool, but when I talk to my friends and other people, you know what I'm saying, who went to other places, you know, education wasn't the same. You know, they didn't learn some of the same. They didn't even know, like, when I got to A&T, when I first got to college, everybody who I was in college with, who took classes with me, was like, Slim, you so fucking smart. Like, you so fucking smart. You know all the shit. And a lot of shit that we was doing in college, I already knew. I did this shit in high school. Like, the first 2 years of college, I probably did all that shit that we did in high school. So college was boring as shit for me. That's why I slacked off. I mean, I still did well. My first year in college, I got like A's and B's. Like, it wasn't until my second year where I started fucking up. I started doing everything, stopped going to class, you know, all that shit. But, you know, I knew everything. So like I said, my education was different. But my friends was like, man, you so smart, you know everything. And I was like, I ain't learned this shit in high school. And they like, man, nah, you know, my school they ain't teach us. And that's when I figured out, damn, it really was different going to see, you know, versus going to another school in DC. And then when I came home, I started working in the schools, and this is when I really started seeing shit. Like now, I don't even think the teachers even give a fuck. And this is no salt to the teachers, you know what I'm saying? Because there's still a lot of good teachers out there, don't get me wrong. But, like, I don't even think the teachers even give a fuck now. And I think, and some of that shit got something to do with the students too. Because these students, man, some of these kids, man, they got some shit going on with them that it wasn't going on like that when we was in school. So, you know, it's a lot of different variations. So I can't just say it's all teachers, I can't just say it's all students. But a lot of that shit started at home. So when I'm gonna try to tie it all in together. Back when I was in school used to be more community based, with service based, like where it was like they was in your homes too, like where your mother, the principal knew your mother, the principal knew your father. You know what I'm saying? The teachers knew, like it was more rapport. It was a better relationship. Excuse me. Now, shit different. Teachers don't really know the parents like that. The parents don't come in. PTAs don't happen the same way. A lot of shit. Schools aren't your community schools anymore. Like where, like they're trying to be a part. Think about it. Your child spend more time in school than they actually spend with you when you really break the day down. Let's break it down. If you spend 8 hours a day in school and your child spend 8 hours a day in school and you spend 8 hours a day at work, it's 25 hours a day. You spend 8 of it sleep. So look at the other 8 hours you got. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really doing. You got to break down cooking, other shit you got to do, other tasks that got to be done. It don't really happen. So let's break down how the day go. Okay. So after you sleep and you wake up in the morning, you got maybe an hour that y'all spend together, and that's roughly getting ready. If y'all ain't took a shower at night, getting breakfast, getting all that, then walking or taking your kid to school. You follow me? Once your kid get to school, they're at school all day for 8 hours. Once you get there from school, now from maybe let's say 4, or let's say 4. Let's say if you get your kids from school, because a lot of parents don't even get their kids from school. Their kids go to aftercare programs, so they don't see their kids till about 6. You know what I'm saying? But let's say 4 o'clock. Let's say you get your kid at 4 o'clock. So between 4 to about 8 o'clock, if you're a parent who got your kid in the schedule, that's the only time you're going to spend with your child where y'all got some time to actually do something. But in that time, you got to cook dinner, get dinner and shit prepared, get your child prepared for school the next day, and do homework if they got homework. You get what I'm saying? You got a lot of things to do in that 4 hours and still try to spend time with your child. You get what I'm saying? And people say, what about the weekend? Let's say you work on the weekend. You might be a parent who works 7 days or 6 days a week. How much time do you really spend with your kid? So the schools technically kind of are raising your kids, and so to speak, in so many ways. So why wouldn't schools be more community-based with, like, they not necessarily in the home more, but, like, is a better relationship with the parent? You know what I'm saying? With how it used to be back in the day. And I ain't necessarily saying teachers should be able to beat kids and none of that shit, because I ain't saying beat the kids in discipline, but I'm saying the more, just...
That's a deep question for me. So, growing up, there was always this preconceived notion that if you went to college, you were the best of the educated world. That you were the creme de la creme of the crop, as it relates, especially African Americans. However, I've learned that the best way to be educated is to stay educated. Whether you go to college, whether you don't, whether you pick a trade, whether you work at McDonald's, whether you work at as a CEO of a great corporation, the best way to be educated is to stay educated, to continuously learn, to know that you are continuously learning. I think that the worst thing that one could ever do is to make a decision that they have learned all that they can, because you can never stop learning. Reading is fundamental. It is the best way to gain knowledge, so that wherever your career path, whatever your decision, and where you go in life, it is important to stay connected to your brain and where it goes and where it leads you and where it guides you, because your mental capacity to hold knowledge is always important, and if you don't use it, you will lose it.
I like the charter thing they got going on.
Charter thing, but what's up with the closing a lot of schools and just opening new schools? Like when I was growing up, it wasn't that many schools, and that's what they trying to get a lot of college preparatory schools, which is good. But I mean, my son goes to one, but it's just like you shut schools down and building up new schools. Like you got to make sure these kids learning new things in these new schools. They can't learn the same things they could have learned when Spring Garden was open, or et cetera, et cetera. You got to teach them more.
I mean, public schools is public schools. We all grew up in a public school system. It was on you back in the day to either learn it or figure it out yourself. A lot of people figured it out themselves, but sometimes you wish you can go back and learn it. You know what I'm saying? And I got a pleasure of my daughter going to a college-ready school. My daughter reading on the 4th grade reading level, and she in 1st grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to see that. But like I said, growing up back then, I mean, school had a lot to offer for people. Like, they stopped doing the Thanksgiving family drives when we was younger. We used to see a lot of that. They used to do the book bag drives. They don't do that no more. So, I mean, like, I guess they cutting the budget for education and putting it into condos or something now, which is not fit to the youth, which is not fit to the kids that's being brought into the city, or the families that's struggling every day. I mean, it's not fair, because certain families, I mean, coming up when I was young, my mother didn't get our school closed, so we got the school started. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of messed up, because the schools back then had a lot of programs for families. Some parents was proud and didn't want to do it like my mother, but then some parents used to take it. I mean, education is everything, though, man. Y'all need it. Y'all gonna need it.
In this day and age, you need education.
You can't. I mean, all these kids who can't read but can type a caption on Instagram and Twitter. Back then, wasn't no Instagram or Twitter. There wasn't no smartphones. You had to really learn that shit. If you ain't know it, you had to go to that dictionary. You know what I'm saying? So
it's kind of easier for kids now. I don't understand why they dropping out. They got computers.
Too many technology.
You can look it up on Google.
My daughter got tablets.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? We had to go to the library and use that shit.
So, I mean, shit, nowadays, man, they got it easy. But, like I said, once again, the choice is theirs to either learn it or find their own way. And I pray to God, man, they want to learn it. Why, it's free anyway. Because eventually you're going to have to start paying a monthly bill for your kids to go to school.
Because there ain't going to be no public after a while.
Yeah.
They're going to make it all charter and private.
Yeah, man.
So you got to try to get that education, get them degrees, and some certifications, all that.
You don't need to be in the streets now. I mean, education is key now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to get somewhere in this day and age, if you ain't got no education, you can't get far. Most jobs now, they want to see where your credentials at, what school you went to.
Yeah.
If you want a good job with a salary, unless you want a 9-to-5 off a little $14 an hour for after you 36 years old, shorty, that's not going to do it. I'm just saying, that's not going to do it. So, unless you trying to pursue a dream, that's different. But if you want to be in this real life 9-to-5 world, you got to go to school. You got to. You going to be... What they say, you don't want to end up working at McDonald's. I mean, that's fact.
Shit, it's already, man, that shit gone too. The Migos took that. Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get your education now, but if you want to work for the low, you got to outshine him.
Yeah.
He working 20 hours the whole day. Fuck you talking about?
He ain't got nothing to do. He ain't thinking about the outside world. All he knows is work.
All he knows is work.
That's all he knows. Send his money back to his family. So, I mean, I look at all that as a purpose, man. Everybody got their own purpose here, man. It's just on you to go after it and, man, do what you need to do.
Kill.
Truly educated, man, to me, man, truly educated meaning as far as this thing called life. You got to be educated on everything.
Every level, every aspect.
I don't care if you're a book smart person, but you ain't got no street smarts.
That ain't gonna work.
You need everything. Because in the life, it's nothing but a hustle. You
Everything's
scratch, you climb, you claw, you backdoor, you try to figure yourself out in this world.
Yeah, see, I'm
Everybody
around
lies,
dude.
cheat, and steal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody in this world a saint. So, man, to be truly educated, you need the best of both worlds.
You
Right
gotta
now,
learn how to go to school. You gotta know how to be. I mean,
you gotta learn how to not let
see,
people take
you ain't gotta be a
advantage of
street.
you.
You ain't gotta sell drugs in order to be a street nigga or a solid nigga from around the way. You gotta know everything. You gotta know if I go to school like me. I had good grades, but I'm around the way nigga. Like I know everything about the streets. I know everything about my books. But that's so when it's time to broaden your horizons, you can get every aspect. You can talk to this person. You can talk to that person. You know how to switch your lingo up, shit like that. That shit matter when you become an adult. You can't go everywhere acting like, hey, what's up, home? What's up with you, Sean? You coolin'? That white man gonna look down at you like, damn, so that's what we doing?
yeah, you can't, like, I mean, you got to have it both ways. Like me,
Gotta learn how to
read.
code switch.
Yeah. I read a lot. You know what I'm saying? I might not show it on my gram, but I can switch it up as soon as possible. But like right now, the number one source in America of making money is Medicaid. A lot of people probably looking at me like I'm stupid, but it's Medicaid.
In jails.
In jails, but Medicaid is the number one source of everything. Medicaid is making more money than you on your deathbed and you walking around right
Because it
now.
supply the whole U.S. You know how many people on Medicaid?
You know how many people go to jail and sometimes gotta pay
Cancer
to be in jail?
patients and all that, like,
Not
so,
today.
I mean, like, it's a lot. You need to be educated in these streets. Like, I know a man who never been sick a day in his life. He don't take medicine or nothing. And I was wondering why, like, you don't get sick or nothing. He said, I don't eat half of the shit y'all eat. I don't do half of the shit y'all do. And he in his 70s, walking, talking just like us.
Keeping his body pure.
So, I mean, man, it's a lot to be educated on, man.
And so, you know, the misconception was, you know, you getting into this, not gang activity, but, you know, your friends and you trying to be tough, put on a DC exterior, which is like this hard exterior where you rough, you don't want nobody to take advantage of you, and you missing the ball because it's all about the education and everything like that, you know. Hey, how you doing? Like, you know, I got to see a lot of different things because I went to junior high school in Southwest and then got kicked out that following year, coming over here to Northeast, you know, to my neighborhood school, which introduced me to the neighborhood lifestyle. So growing up, because like my mom, she really had me in Boy Scouts involved in exposing me and sheltering me at the same time. She was exposing me to what I needed to be exposed to and sheltering me from what I needed to be sheltered from the ignorance, from the hard exterior that will kind of hold you back. Because when I got to Brown, you know, I began to change because people I didn't like, and this was always a thing, especially in junior high school, where guys, you know, listen to the way I talk and notice that I was different. And some people would say I was white, and it's not about me, this is about DC culture. But, you know, this will help you understand, you know, and where the point that I'm trying to make, because it's about education. And because I spoke a certain way and I didn't know what certain words meant, like skeet and things of that nature, they perceived me to be green and they could take advantage and all like this. And in that whole transition, I didn't want that to happen because I felt like I would be put in a position where I'm gonna be fighting all the time. I don't wanna fight, so I put on a hard exterior and kind of dumb myself down to blend in.
But let's just take it back to then, like when you used to be able to get disciplined by your teacher. Like it was just a different time. The kids were different. Like you ain't see as much of the shit going on now. Kids are more respectful then. Like these kids disrespectful shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I done seen kids disrespect elders. They don't even get up on the bus no more, you know, let them sit down. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, because the times have changed and a lot of that shit stem from in the home, and then like when I say with the school being related to that shit, not being how it used to be. I hope I ain't go too far. But yeah, man, you know, there's a lot of shit with that shit. It's so many variations. I can sit here and talk for days about that shit. Education. But education, man, like I said, right now is at an all-time failure right now. Like, I worked in the schools for 3 years, and I seen it. Like, I done seen 7th, 8th graders that can't read simple passages on the wall. You understand what I'm saying? In the 7th, 8th grade, they can't read simple passages. They don't know what the word responsibility is. They can't read that shit. And then what make it even worse, they can't even put the context clues together enough to know that, well, I just watched him read that much of the statement, so at least I know what them 5 words are, and then I could, if I don't know that, I could try to get to that. So at least we got past the 5th word. I got to the 6th word, and the next person out him could get to the 7th word. Then it's like, it's so crazy that I don't know why, like what happened, like where the shit went wrong. But I seen it firsthand because I worked in the schools. So this ain't like I'm just sitting here saying this shit and I don't know what I'm talking about. I worked in the schools. I don't want to name no schools because I don't want nobody to get no bad rep. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit is crazy. Education is crazy. They don't give a fuck about us. And I think that's how it is. I even think that whole Buka academic shit, and I don't want to go off too far on the tangent, but that Buka shit, I think that shit is something to destroy our geniuses, the people who naturally bright and naturally just thinkers. Because that shit fucking people up, making you go into psychosis and some more shit. And the reason niggas is smoking it because they don't want you smoking no weed, and niggas smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. But, you know, I don't think nothing wrong with smoking weed. I smoke weed. But they don't, you know, niggas a lot of times come home from jail and they own papers. And a lot of these niggas are great thinkers and got great minds. And when they go to jail, a lot of times niggas come home on some other shit. They be smarter. They be woke, you know, so to speak. Niggas been asleep the whole time and go to jail and start talking to a nigga and because you ain't got nothing to do. Like, see, that's the thing about jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with jail. I don't think the niggas should be there. I don't think nobody should be there. And I don't like what they doing there. But one thing I will say about jail, that the one thing that good that come out of that shit is that niggas get a chance to sit down and think for a minute. Something that a lot of us don't get a chance. A lot of black men don't get a chance to do is sit down and really think and plot and get some shit together, formulate some shit. Because in there, you ain't got nothing else to do but sit down and think, and you might read and you talk to a good man in there. You know, you might get lucky and get you a good celly or whatever the case may be or however it go. And y'all niggas really get to vibing and talking and some shit really get to going off in your head and you start thinking. Some shit you ain't never really had a chance to do because of all these pressures when you out here, all this shit going on that's hitting you. Pow, 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 pow. That shit be killing you, Slim. It take you away from what you really need to be thinking about or what you really should be thinking about and what or whatever goals you trying to get done. It take you away from that shit. So when you get a chance to do that shit make the difference. You know what I'm saying? And when niggas come home from off that type of shit and they want to get into some shit, they still want to smoke. And now you got this shit that say, oh, don't show up in my piss. And it get me high. But what they ain't telling you is this shit is fake and synthetic. And this shit puts you into a psychosis. So now you not the person you was. And your frequency that you was on at first, mind you, your brain frequency that you was on at first, you're not on that shit because it's fucking with your frequencies. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's a whole nother thing about why I think they be doing them tests on people who they call special and be retired, whatever the fuck they want to call them, and they be running tests on them and doing them things with their brain waves and shit. It's because them people, autistic people, all that shit, is because they on a different frequency. And them people are actually smarter than they know, and they trying to figure out what's going on in there. But they ain't going to tell it to you like that. They don't want you to think about it like that. But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm getting caught up in a bunch of other shit. You know, J-Rock off the hip.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really think it got nothing to do with what's really going on, but that also takes away from the black community because all these bilingual schools, they're hiring all these Spanish motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that's taking our jobs because how many black people speak Spanish? There's not a lot of black people that speak Spanish. Then they go to education, they kind of fuck up the public schools is free. Okay, you do public schools, they're not really teaching you nothing, but they feeding you that bullshit. When they get to going to college, a lot of kids couldn't afford to go to college. A lot of kids wasn't taught shit, so their education, they weren't smart enough to get the free ride and the grant. And their parents were scared to take out them loans and shit like that. Some of the black people who did go to school, they major debt because of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a business behind all that shit. It's not really for the people to teach you. It's how much they can get out of it. That's just my opinion.
And the educational system is a part and parcel of the destruction of the black family because they interject the homosexual agenda in the school system where your parents don't have the consent, where they teach your boys about it's cool to be a fag or teach your girls it's cool to be a lesbian without the parent consent. They introduced that into American educational system without even the parents say so. So that's a part of the destruction of the black family too.
I mean, on top of that, education, that's the shit they putting on TV. You see the cartoons now? The cartoons, they talking about gay shit. All the cartoons gay. You know what I'm saying? They talking this homosexual shit. That's like promoting. That's education. They want to promote these kids at a young age that it's cool to be gay. They pass a little bullshit law. It's all right to be gay. They got all these faggot flags hanging around. So they got all this shit on TV. It wasn't all these faggot homosexual TV shows as a kid. They taking the cussing off of the television and putting the gay shit on TV. That's a part of education, right? That's misleading the kids. But that's not us. That's the media doing that shit.
Now, well, education right now in mind, I'm gonna go back to like when I was going to school, back like when Ilk was saying, my daughters, they are in elementary school and they are learning Spanish right now. Like they can count to 10 in Spanish right now. They can say the alphabet in Spanish. Like, it really has changed because, well, and I think that's good because, like, if you ain't speaking English and Spanish yet, you'll be done in 10 years if you ain't already in your career. So, with that part of the school change, I think it's good, but I just think that they, with the superintendent and the teachers in our school systems now, they don't know the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like they are not trying to get to know them. So you can't, I don't feel as though, like, I'm not going to go to a teacher's class that I don't feel comfortable with, that I don't think she know me. Like, you might know my name or whatever, and you might think I'm disruptive. That's because you ain't paying me enough attention. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to, like, with teachers, they need to take a class with, like, reading body language before they be a teacher, because, like, if you know this person getting straight A's over here, all right, you teaching your class, but you know this person struggling right here, you're going to pay this kid more attention. But they just there to make a check. They ain't gonna give a fuck about if the kid learning or not. If they teaching the whole class, they's good. And like even with the school system now, I'm gonna go with the sports thing. Look, I like it a lot because when I was in school, sports really was good, but you ain't nobody after high school here, niggas wasn't, I'm talking about DC public schools. Niggas wasn't going on to no colleges, not Georgetown, Maryland, none of that now. You know, you got kids coming out of Eastern, go to Georgetown right now, going on his second year. You know what I'm saying? Going to Maryland. Kid from here just won a championship with the Warriors, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really more opportunities for them kids in the sports, but they also gotta get them grades, man. And even with Ballou, they just passed a lot of kids, and I don't know, they did a record or something like a year or two ago with the graduate class.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, education is getting better here, but I don't know, we gotta get some more loving teachers that really want to get to know these kids.
That's right.
And spend more time with these kids. Get to know who these kids are.
Alright, so last question with education. What do it mean to y'all to be truly educated?
To truly be educated is to know the truth. To mind. That's it. To know, to not see, like when I was in school, they never teach us nothing about what really happened in slavery. Like they made us believe that Columbus discovered America. How
That's
the
right.
fuck?
That's right.
Like, really? Like, how could you tell it when you say truly educated?
Right.
You got to know the truth. That truly educated means knowing the truth.
That's right.
Of everything, like before you was born up until now. That's the only way you can be truly educated, if you know the truth.
That's right.
On the truth and history and his story.
I agree with Suge. Hey, Suge, I love you. That was a profound answer. I agree with Suge. I don't have nothing to say behind what Suge said.
I'm be the one who throw it off. I'm Muslim. So I believe, I don't believe.
I'm a Muslim too.
I mean, I believe you could be truly humble, but I feel like you always can learn. I mean, you know what I mean? You always could. I mean, learning is never something that could be truly accomplished.
I agree with that too.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that too. It's
Only
a never-ending journey.
Yeah, it's a never-ending journey. So I feel like you know what I mean, humble yourself and wisdom and being humble.
We got to take over our community, though. I got to emphasize that we got to take over our community. We have to take over. If you don't think about taking over somebody else that don't look like you is.
Back to the like truly educated. I mean, one thing I take over that like as far as life, like the definition of that. I don't know, but to me it's to be like to know the meaning. You know what I'm saying? The full meaning, whereas though you can decide with choice. You know what I'm saying? That's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know this, so I know how to play this sport. I know what move I'm gonna do, what move I'm not gonna do. That way, a lot of the black youth can get it because like I see it now. They got strip club right there in the liquor store. You walk to the corner, it's a school. But in this school, you got several counselors, several, you know what I'm saying, teacher aides walking around with these students that actually don't even reside in our area. They reside out in Maryland or all the way up the street. But these students are not picking them, but they're white, Spanish, and like bilingual students. But up the street, we got Park View School I went to, my grandmother, and a couple other our peers. They knocked this school down on my road and put a dog park up and bunched all the students up from this area, probably like an 8-block radius, and put them in one school. I mean, you could think about it. That's self-explanatory. Like, who do they want to know? You know what I'm saying? The true meaning of educating. Who do they want to be educated? Because they say it's us and we know, right? You don't want you don't supposed to be selling drugs or none of that. But we don't have rights, so we don't have the same.
Access.
I have the same access as this person. I ain't had the same structure and same stability as this person throughout the years.
That's
you gave
right.
us food stamps to make us feel like we okay, we comfortable, but at the same time, you ain't give us the school programs. You ain't give my OGs the school programs and stuff you got now. Whereas though they could have had their own business and I could have been working with them. You know what I'm saying? Help us out like you help other people out. And it ain't even them helping us, it's us basically saying us going to the city halls, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But that's the true meaning, I think, of education is basically let us know what's really real, you know what I'm saying? Like Suge said, the truth.
You think one thing I think they need to input into education across the United States, teaching these kids how to be an entrepreneur, teaching these kids how to be their own boss. They teaching these kids how to go work for somebody else. I wish when I was growing up, you can, like, man, it's crazy. I wish I knew half of the stuff I know now. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just one thing I think they should input into education. Teaching these kids how to be their own bosses, man. Creating your own businesses, man.
I know one thing. I'm proud of y'all answers. Y'all make me feel good. I'm proud of y'all answers.
Be truly educated. What that mean to me, man? Be truly educated. Man, that's a tough one. Because there's so many. Like, for me, you could break that shit down in so many ways because you got book smarts and you got street smarts. You know what I'm saying? And I think both of them got equal value. Street smarts is more like your common sense, I would so to say. You know what I'm saying? With like that shit that's just in you, that just, you know, like on the go, like some survival shit, kicking instinct, shit like that. Whereas when you got like your book shit is more like that shit that you really learn. And like when you go to school, you learn, you know, when you're around people who are in different places that you are in life, and they can teach you some shit that you ain't never, that's that type of shit. So all that shit I think is important. So I feel like you need to have it all. So if you can be, I feel like you got to be well-rounded. So to me, I need to have both. You know what I'm saying? And being as though where I'm from, I was granted the street shit already. Like, because I'm from like where I'm from. So you get that survival shit, that struggle shit. But then I got the edge when I go into the other world, and I got to use that other shit. Because I already got certain shit that they want that they ain't never gonna possess, because they never gonna go to where I've been, and they never gonna be from where I'm from. But you know what I mean? So if I got both, then I feel like that's important, and that'll make you a better person. And I feel like you'll always have the edge. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you gotta just, after that you just navigate your way through. You know what I mean? Like everything got the same basic fundamental foundation. It's just the scenario that makes shit different, and then you just guide your way through it. Have you go, you go. But that's what's important to me, having both. You gotta have. You can't just be all book smart and no street smarts. You can't be all street smarts and no book smarts. You gotta have an equal balance of that shit. Because you know everybody not the same. You're dealing with different people. Some people more book smart than they are streets, and then some people more streets than they are books. But if you got an equal balance, you'll kind of know how to gauge. You know what I'm saying? You'll know what you need to turn on when you with these people, and what you need to turn off, and what you need to turn on when you know what I'm saying? Because like, this shit all like, you know, it ain't necessarily a game, but it's a game to be played. This is a game we playing. You got to know how to play the game. A white dude take you back to some shit that a motherfucker told me in high school. Another motherfucker, and it was funny as I heard the shit in the movie too. So the motherfucker might have took it from a movie, but he said to me, the motherfucker said, Jerron, man, you so good at playing games but you don't know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? That shit was so funny. He said, you so good at playing all these damn games, but you don't really know how to play the game. And that shit meant so much. Like, now when I'm thinking about it, like, damn, he was fucking right then. I know how to play now. I wasn't, you know, when you young and you dumb, you know, not dumb, but you young and you ain't think about that shit. You know, shit be different. But he was fucking right. You know what I'm saying? But that's just some shit for your ass to think about. Like, you know, if you're a young nigga, you watching this shit, man, don't let nobody ever tell you that you got a lot of time. That's bullshit. Time's of the essence. You don't have time to waste. Man, if you want to do some shit when you're young, do it then. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're young, you got all the energy to do it. You can keep fucking up in your own mind, starting over and all that shit. You got the energy to do that shit. If you start getting older, you don't want to fuck up as much. You want shit to work. I'm telling you, you don't have time. Time is, man, take advantage of the time you got. When you got motherfuckers trying to show you something, trying to teach you something, learn that shit. That's the problem with the new generation. Don't nobody want to listen. You can't, man. You can't lead till you know how to follow, Holmes. I swear, you cannot lead unless you know how to follow. Man, every great leader to follow somebody had to learn from somewhere. Now, you got that shit. You got good leadership in you, yeah. But you had to learn from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk.
A lot of fist fights. You know what I mean? Shit. You know, by me being from Lynchmob, I went to Anacostia. So, you know, we was getting it in every day on a minute, you heard me? Before I was like junior high and all that shit, I went to Winston. You know, that's our home school. That shit was lit up there. We still had our little fist fight fucking niggas up and shit like that, but at the end of the day, I was an honor roll student, but keep it gangster, believe it or not, you heard me? I was an honor roll student in junior high. It's just that when I got to high school, it was pretty much all with. Nigga with his knee too deep in them streets, you heard me? It was over after that.
No question, man. What do it mean to you to be truly educated?
Shit, education is everything. But see, no matter what a nigga can say about me, how bad I was thugging hard out this bitch, even though I dropped out of school, you heard me? Bitch, I still got my education. I still got my GED, you heard me? I got trades up under my belt, you heard me? And I'm thugging hard out this bitch. So you looking at a corporate thug for real, you heard me? Rather the bitch really doing this bitch, you heard me? So at the end of the day, I mean, education is very important to keep it gangster. I advise everybody to get their education. No matter how much you thugging, get that shit. Because this shit don't last forever in life, you heard me? That's real talk. Yeah, I about to say, yeah, but I about to say at the end of the day, yeah, like, That's the life story shit I'm living at. Like I'm speaking this real shit out shit. Like niggas out here know what's up. They can vouch for this shit. You heard me? We really out this bitch, really living that lifestyle. Especially me on a professional level. You heard me? Real talking life, nigga. You know what's up?
That'll do it with this down real quick. If you could give me like some little lingo shit, you know what I'm saying? Lingo, y'all side in the woodland or DC, you know what I'm saying?
Well, as you can tell, nigga, you already, I talk different to keep it gangster, you heard me? They can help you with some lingo and shit today. I don't really know, you heard me? I mean, Mo. We got fucking Mo. We got, what's the new shit? Chicken, all that shit. You know what it is? They'll tell you.
Yachty, because you got red hair like Yachty. Like you
There you go. Bitch, you're a yard if you got red hot. You know what it is, Wild Grizzly?
Wild Grizzly, man.
You know what it is?
Yeah, man, you hear me? It's a lot of gang shit been fucking with my man Millie for a long time, you hear me? Thugging hard like my man would say, you hear me? Real shit.
Things like that, but back to the point of being at the Arboretum, this place, that joint right there, look like some sacred ground, but what it really is, they say this is where they housed or stored the slaves before they went to the capital and auctioned them off. So this place got a rich history, and they like, it's like, why am I going back on this? But to be truly educated, you gotta know where you come from, man. And you know, some of us might come from Africa, but some of us indeed do come from this land right here, man. This land is indigenous to us. We are indigenous to this land, to all the land, because we was kings and queens. So, you know, kings and queens, we traveled. We went here, we went there, you know. So we showed people how to get to this land. And then they came in and took advantage of us and put us mentally enslaved as well as physically enslaved us and lied, nothing but lies. So, you know, we're not all from Africa, and that's why it's somewhat of a disconnect. Then you got people from the Barbados and the West Indies. So we from all over, but guess what? We lived all over because we ruled all of this land.
I would say with public, let me first say I want to honor a lot of the great teachers and administrators who are about bringing the best education to the neighborhoods and all the wards and areas that exist, you know, for years and have existed in DC. I want to start off with that honor first because what I'm about to say next is a little tough, but I want to acknowledge that there are those, my parents being one of them, the late, you know, Phileas Gatlin, you know, who my father was an educator in the public system, school system for 30 years before he retired. And my mom, who also retired about 5 years ago, Linda Gatlin, and a host of other aunties and, you know, and uncles that I know that definitely from the teaching end and from the administration end made an impact and changed a whole bunch of lives that would have been lost otherwise. However, they were faced with a very tough challenge because overall they dealt with situations where there was often not enough funding to carry on certain programs, so they ended up having to come out of their own pockets oftentimes with money that was not afforded to them through the salaries that were getting paid, because teachers don't get paid nowhere near what they're worth in the school system. And even to some degree, I would say some administrators, you know, even for what it is that they have to deal with, some of the dynamics that they encounter dealing with the urban climate of DC for years. You know, a lot of times you end up pressing reset every day the kids come to school because at home they're not getting what you're teaching being reinforced. So they have things like, you know, old textbooks that are outdated with information in them. Or how about the fact that there's information that was placed in textbooks that was never true to begin with? You know, from how they paint slavery, for example, you know, as far as, you know, our African ancestors and how that came about, or how they paint colonization, or how they deal with the inner workings of the Constitution and how it's carried out from the high up judicial, executive, and legislative levels all the way down to how it affects the local public school system. The private school system, some aspects of what I've experienced, you know, as myself having been working in the school system in all three, I think there's some good aspects to it.
I think some of the reason why that is because they utilize the funding that they have as a private school to make sure that the programs are executed properly. However, the charter schools, there's some ups and some downs to that. On one end, I would say there's some great programs that have been developed within the charter schools. However, what it has done is take the focus off of putting funding and effort into making the public schools what they're supposed to be and using the charter school as an alternative. And what we need is not an alternative, what we need is for the actual system itself to be fixed. And so then it becomes this competition because the thing is with charter schools, there's a lottery. It's like a dice roll. Maybe you get in, maybe you don't. So Lil Johnny, who's around the corner, that stay on 53rd Street, who didn't get picked for the lottery, he going to the neighborhood school where they don't have up-to-date textbooks sometimes. They don't have up-to-date, information. They don't have, they got 35 kids in a class to one teacher. And the teacher's trying to manage a classroom that is way too large for the ratio of students, which technically is against the law. All the way down to, you got crooked police officers, crooked security guards. I remember being in school and all kind of God knows what was going on. Seeing people get jumped right there in front of the security guard and they did nothing because they were a part of it. Drugs that was being sold right there in front of them. All kind of stuff, prostitution, you name it. Like I could go on a list all the way down to the fact that there's been scandals where money has been embezzled, where funds were given to try to service programs, but it wasn't appropriated properly because some high up government official that's a grade 12 or 13 is spending it on a fur coat and hopping on planes in and out the country at their leisure, while meanwhile the kids are struggling to try to focus in school because they don't have the proper conditions for them to learn. To be truly educated, that's a state of mind, Education is beyond textbooks and traditional learning. For example, I had a friend in high school who never went to college. His mom died when he was 15 years old. His dad was in and out of the house. His sisters, by this point when I met him, were all grown and out the house. So they would come in from time to time, in and out of town to check on him. But he pretty much was raising himself. So sometimes you'll see him at school, sometimes you wouldn't. But when I tell you this dude was smart as a whip, he could literally pick up a book from wherever or take an experience that he observed in real time and be on point with it just as much as the person that spent years in school with a master's and a doctorate degree. Like he could literally pick up anything, learn it like that faster than you and tell you about it. So I think education is about being a sponge. It's about soaking up your environment. It's about soaking up, the things being mindful of things you take in and out of your spirit, your ear gates, what you hear, what you see, what you feel, what you touch, who you're around, what you observe about them. Sometimes, even when you're in negative situations, you're supposed to observe and learn and educate yourself on what not to do. Then sometimes you learn things around positive people on what to do. And then sometimes just sitting with your elders, the ones that actually care, because unfortunately some elders are disenfranchised, would even want to be bothered with the youth. But the elders and a tradition of who we are as a people, not only as black folk, but in every tradition and race. If you go and look back in culture, the way people learned was from the elders. So in order for us to be able to pass that tradition on, the elders have to get back in position. And then for the new generation of elders that are up and coming, like our age group, people in their 30s and 40s and 50s, we have to now take our position and then pass down the information. Because sometimes education is not about learning from experience, because learning from experience is expensive. Sometimes it's about learning from the things that people before you did and saying, okay, let me study history. Like, that's the whole point of history class, is to study what happened before, what worked, what didn't work, and what we want to add now, And so education is all of that. Education is also street smarts. I can't tell you how much I learned from being on the block. I'm not encouraging being on the block to do negative things like drugs or just hanging out doing nothing with your life. But I definitely tell you, you ain't gonna get nothing over on me because I learned something real quick from being around people who don't always have your best interest at hand. And so you learn what's good to be around, what's not. You learn to pay attention to body language, tone of voice, things people don't say out loud. You know, so it's all of that. The street smarts, book smarts, you know, it's cultural education, is, you know, going beyond the reach. Learn something beyond the four square of the neighborhood you grew up in. You know, being able to stretch beyond what's familiar because you can't grow if you only deal with what's familiar. Yeah, I would say, you know, being open, being humble, because you can always learn more. Even when you've mastered what you think you've mastered, there's always another level of mastery.
We have stores in our community. We've been here 20, 30, 40 years. We go in there, they looking at us suspiciously.
She said he
How was your day?
Say what's up to the camera.
Say hi to the camera. Bye bye, baby.
Bye.
That's what y'all think about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna start there.
You got to make sure, hey, so foundation is everything, man. Without a foundation, there's nothing, man. Foundation brings structure, man. That's where it all relies. But like a lot of people don't like to listen, and you can't make them listen. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather listen to somebody that they think knows something, man, opposed to somebody that really actually knows something, man. But like, man, everybody individuals, man. You can only try, man. And trying these days is hard, man. Dealing with these generations, man, it's hard. The shit been dribbled down, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit getting better, but it's getting worse at the same token. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got way more outlets now than they had when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could sit right here and tell you, I went through the protocol to see could you get a felony, you know what I'm saying, to sponge. That shit bogus, man. Them people send me on a wild goose chase, man, and sit down with somebody after searching them for 2 months, man, and going from people to people, man. I mean, like 5 different people, man. For them people to tell me, man, you can't make it happen. You can't get no felony expunged, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you get it expunged, you happy. Me, if I ever hear somebody say they get a felony expunged, they is hot. I went through that protocol, man, to get turned down, and you should already know why I went through that protocol. Because every job I tried to get, they shot me down. So if I ain't know you, I ain't getting no job. So you imagine the feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to hear it, but once you catch that case, you're dead, man. Yeah. People hold that shit against you, man. The rest of your life, I don't give a fuck what it is. And that's what we losing at.
Yeah, I think that's the hard part.
That's what we losing
grab
at.
the kids.
Because once you get locked up, you get that knowledge. But once you got the knowledge, you already got the felony, man.
You can't do nothing with it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They make you wait damn near 20 years to get a decent job, man. Shit ridiculous, man. Everything else pennies, man.
Oh, that year job is hard labor.
That's why we got organized and take over and create our own jobs.
People gotta start dealing with their people and stop dealing with outsiders, man.
Well, that's the same principle. But that's the same principle in business. If you could sell weed or crack or dope, you could sell some goddamn toilet paper. You could sell soap. You could sell toothpaste. You could set up. You could set up your own. You're right. But you got to change the way we think. But you got to change. Yeah, that comes with changing the way we think.
Like if people was to support their people, we'll be better off.
But that's something we got to emphasize. But that's what we got to emphasize. Supporting each other, building each other up, stop killing each other. We got to support that, man, and promote that.
Yeah, facts.
We got to change what's cool. It ain't cool to be dumb.
None whatsoever. I got mine in jail.
It's super important, man, to be educated for the simple fact that it's so much that goes on in the nation's capital that you got to be able to understand. Like, our city move at a fast pace. Like, people say New York move fast, probably it does, you know what I'm saying? I never lived there before, but you go other places, man, we are the nation's capital, so at the end of the day, man, if you don't really understand, like, what's going on, and you can't comprehend what's going on, you're going to get left behind. And once you get left behind, man, it ain't no catching up. It ain't no catching up. You know what I'm saying? It's not designed, our city right now is not even designed to catch up. You got to, man, go with the flow every day, because every day something's changing. Something's changing. You drive down the street, it's a new speed camera here. You know what I'm saying? So you can't read the stop signs or read the driving signs. That's money coming out your pocket. You dig? So this is, man, it's so much, man, with the education, man. It just means you gotta be knowledgeable of everything. Point blank period. If you're not, they're gonna get you out the way. They're gonna get you out the way. And I always tell people, if you ever leave this city or you get pushed out of the city, you're gonna need at least $1 million to get back in this job.
Keep talking, Carl. He's above that.
Oh yeah. You gonna appreciate it. You gonna need a meal ticket to get back in this city if you ever get pushed out. Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, education is important anywhere. You know, it's not just in DC. I think education is important because honestly, that's the only thing that they can't take away from you is what you learn, your knowledge. You know, whether it be through books or life experience hands-on. But it's very important. I do believe as far as not just in DC, I think all school systems, right now it's a crisis. You know, on one end you have these children where are being raised by children or not parents that are competent to take care of kids, and you send them to school with these 23, 24-year-olds that are just coming out of college with a degree that said that they can be, you know, teachers. And that's a hell of a mixture because they don't have the life experiences to deal with these children, you know, to deal with their behavior or, you know, maybe different issues that these kids have. Not saying that it's the teacher's fault, but a lot of them, they don't know necessarily what poverty is or know the different things that go on in the home of these kids. So it's not a good mixture because when you get to school, it's explosive. You can't handle the kids. They're not learning. And it's just not, they need to figure out another way. You know, I think as parents, period, we need to pick up and keep our end of the bargain and raise our kids as well. I'm not necessarily putting it on the school system because, you know, what you do at home makes it hard for these teachers when you get to school as well. But I do think a lot of it comes from them not necessarily having full experience in that field. When I was going to school, I call it the Big Mama era. My teachers were over 45, probably someone's great-grandmother, you know what I mean? And they had wisdom at raising kids as well as the wisdom and knowledge that they gained going through school to get these degrees. And I think that whole essence of, you know, Big Mama is gone. They need that structured discipline in the classroom these days that's much missed.
With the way things are set up, the oppression and all the stresses in life, you feel like you have to do this and you have to do that. But there's always time to read and work on yourself and learn. This is the biggest thing I want to drive home, is learning. It's the biggest thing.
Look, they ain't that bitch getting groovy too, check 'em. They getting groovy. Yeah. I'm giving you a tour. You hear me? I'm giving you a tour. I'm going up top now. That's what they doing. That's what we do, man. They celebrating their culture, man. You can't zoom in on that bitch?
I did zoom in a little bit, not on this one. See, it's the far they go. Just go close up now.
Yeah. Look, they did that bitch. Should have came over this bitch. Come a little closer.
I forgot. I was just
come to hang, yeah. Get right.
Get right. You already know.
In case I need to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell the truth, shade it down.
Ain't no secret.
It
You got
won't
it?
be. It fucking with
You
me.
already know. You know I know.
How you doing, man?
I'm laying low and flying slow, you heard me?
Alright.
Ain't
Hey.
no secret. Yeah.
Hey, baby.
That's Doughboy Mama right there, you heard me? Yeah, that's Doughboy Mama right there.
It really hurts to have to console the parent of someone
That was
who's the
Doughboy old
mentor
mentor right there,
find
you
out
heard me?
that they no longer here because of
That's his
senseless
mentor right
violence.
there, you
They were
heard?
shot and killed. So
Yeah.
it's unbelievable
Rest in peace to my
that
fucking cousin
a
Doughboy,
young
you
man I
heard?
used to mentor, who I used to come get from the same neighborhood, and now I'm hugging his mom. And so my heart is very heavy with this. And this is why I'm out here pushing this education, because lack of resources, lack of education leads to senseless crime and senseless violence, and our young men dying. We can't have this. We have to stop
You
it.
about to see the queen right now, though.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
The camera rolling?
Camera rocking and rolling. Hold, let me
This the
see
queen
eye.
right
Show me
here.
side- side
This the queen of Lynchmont right here. That's the queen. You see her? India. Y'all see her? She right there. That's the queen. That's the queen. Because you're a queen, that's why. You're a queen, that's why I put it on it. You're a queen. It's a DVD. You gotta. You can't come through this bitch and can't. You can't listen. You can't come through this bitch. You can't. You can't come through this bitch. You can't come through the mob without me and her. Like this real gangster shit. You dig what I'm saying? On some real gangster shit. You can't come through here without me and her. I wouldn't even be right leaving y'all without letting y'all meet her.
My name is India Blocker. Of course, I grew up in the heart of the city, Southeast at the most, the roughest neighborhood you could possibly live around. Being a female growing up in the hood, it's kind of tough because you have to act like you a nigga in order to get the respect that you're looking for. And growing up, dealing with a lot of the stuff in the community, seeing my friends die, building a respect for myself, I had to be that person. So I fought. I did everything you could think about. And now I'm different. I'm a community activist. I have my own organization called NDB's Mentoring and Modeling. I give back to the community as much as I can. I love my community. And I just want the best for them. So I feel like when you grow up in a community with a lot going on, I feel like you learn a life lesson. You know what I mean? Be the best that you can be and never settle for anything less.
I'm alright, shit. I think I'm looking cool. Fuck it. I got a little bit of knowledge in here somewhere. A little bit of shit. I know a little bit of something about something.
That's what I'm saying. This shit I'm coming together just effortlessly, because you hit me with all these little shit that I wasn't even thinking about, man. The rest of we could go right now.
Yeah, we going whatever. I mean, with people. Yeah, people from DC getting a lot of like their lingo, their language and shit from like jail. And a lot of that shit just come from like I said, a lot of niggas get locked up a lot of times here. And what they do is because everything federal here, a lot of niggas go to penitentiaries around the world, like around the United States, you know, so like federal shit. So with that being the case, they get a lot of their lingo and their terminology from the jail and other shit. And then what they do is they come out here in the streets and niggas be so enticed. Like it's funny how it is because like as much as niggas don't want to go to jail, people be enticed by niggas who been to jail and come home and give you all them jail stories about how shit was and how this was, and then niggas start talking and jail talk, and niggas want to be a part of that jail talk, you know, so to say, but they ain't never been to jail maybe, or they ain't never done no real time, so they can't. It's like you gotta understand what them niggas are saying. So to understand that, you gotta sit there and listen, like, oh, and use context clues. You know what I'm saying? Like put shit in the context. Oh, that's what that mean. You know what I'm saying? Like just little words. You'll hear niggas say shit all the time, don't know exactly what it means, but that's our terminology. Like niggas from DC know exactly, like Jaff, for example. I'm not gonna say that came straight from the jail, but that's a term. That's one of our words up here that we use. That when you go somewhere, like when we was in North Carolina, motherfuckers they know exactly what the fuck we was saying. Jaff, what the fuck that mean? but it's just some shit we use, you know what I'm saying? Just a word, you know what I'm saying? Or like junk, you know what I'm saying? A little junk, you know, shit like that. But, you know, it's own DC thing, got a little terminology or whatever. That's what make us special, you know?
Man, some of our little lingo is, you know, mo, luncheon, motherfucking jolite. You feel me? I ain't even know, and like that on the low, like that. Cause I said like that one time, and my man was like what? I'm like that. You feel me? Wellin, you know. I said luncheon, you know. I don't know, we just need to get back to that original shit, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, like all that no cap shit, that ain't us. And I feel as though cause I think no cap mean like, that nigga lying, stop welling, you feel me? I feel as though if our DMV artists use that term, you feel me, Bama, you feel me, you Bama ass niggas. If niggas use that welling term, I feel as though niggas would be like, what's welling? You feel me? That's not like, I feel as though niggas would be like, what's welling? If niggas use Bama more than they rap, I feel as though niggas be like, what's Bama? You feel me? I feel as though since we on that rap scene now and we getting more of that national light down here, you feel me? Let's use some more of our lingo in here, you feel me? I hear Q the Fool, he be saying Bama though, you feel me? But use more of our lingo and they gonna be like, what's that? I'm telling you, y'all. They gonna be like, what's that? What's that? Jai light. That shit Jai light cranking. You hear me? You feel me? And they gonna be like, Jai light. Jai light, what? They gonna be looking confused. We just gotta get back to being original, man. This is DC, man. This shit, they wanna come here. They wanna be here. We already here. They wanna be here. You feel me? Niggas still swag, you feel me? They know what's up, man. DC. What the, man, fuck that shit. Y'all so paid them for the niggas like DC? DC is it. DC is it. Yeah, it's shit still like that. And that was in the early 90s, maybe late 80s. Shit still like that, nigga. 2018, nigga, DC is it. Nigga, come, you feel me? Yeah.
Well, as you can tell, nigga, you already, I talk different to keep it gangster, you heard me? They can help you with some lingo and shit today. I don't really know, you heard me? I mean, Mo, we got fucking Mo, we got, what's the new shit? Chicken, all that shit, you know what it is? They'll tell you.
Yachty, because you got red hair like Yachty.
There you go. Bitch, you're a yard if you got red hot. You know what it is, Wild Grizzly?
Wild Grizzly, man.
You know what it is?
Yeah, man, you hear me? It's a lot of gang shit been fucking with my man Millie for a long time, you hear me? Thugging hard like my man would say, you hear me? Real shit. The lynch mob boy.
Ain't no secret. All I know is Mo and Slim to keep it gangster, you heard me? Kill my mother, you heard me? That's pretty much.
Yeah, kill Mo.
Yeah, ain't no secret.
Real quick, you can walk around, man.
Yeah.
A little promo jump for the Instagram account, like
Get my Instagram?
Yeah, stay tuned, you fucking with the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching DC Cult Season 2, stay tuned.
Alright, DC who?
DC Cult.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Alright, here we go.
Hey, check this out. All right, everybody that's looking at this bitch, make sure y'all follow me on the gram. Now_Millie_ Lynch Mob_ with 2 B's _ the Prince. I'm really the prince of this shit. Make sure y'all follow DC Court too, you heard me? Check that motherfucker DVD out coming soon, bitch. His asses has been grinding up the Lynch Mob. A lot of niggas don't get their assets grinding up this bitch, so y'all just know it's a privilege in life, real talk.
The difference between having $1 million and not is knowledge. Without knowledge and education, your money means nothing. I also heard other cliches such as a fool and their money shall part soon. So if you don't have any education, you and your money won't be spending that much time together because you're going to always have to spend it out because you don't know any better.
I definitely used to get teased for saying Mark instead of Mock. I got teased for saying Eric instead of Eric. And A and Young are the 2 that I can't get rid of. They would probably be with me for the rest of my life. I would probably be 99 still like, hey Young! You know, but the N word has been hard for me. That has definitely been a trick. I actually moved to St. Mary's County for a few years. And when I got back, I wasn't saying it, but I was here for about 3 weeks. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. So I definitely love my home and the terminologies that we used. Like I said, I was the little white girl who talked proper, so I don't have everything, but A and young, yeah, those are the two. And yo, I definitely say yo, especially when I'm excited. And I just love the way we talk to each other. My family has this thing where when we're about to get upset, you know it, because we say, you know what? When you hear you know what, run, because that's the problem. It's a major problem. But yeah, I love our little talk and our little speech. It's everything. It's everything to me.
Yeah, that came from right here. Leaking. Taught.
Like shit.
Oh, yada. Yeah. Yeah, I said that. Oh, wow. Somehow.
Respect.
Yeah. Can we?
Kill Mo. Really?
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Oh, boy!
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, that's something else, man.
I'm the fuck messenger. Yeah, you know Fat Drago. I know y'all know my man.
You know me, man. Shit getting deep. I'm trying to figure out. And some of these niggas sure have changed out here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. What you tell him, Graham?
Not today.
I'm the fuck messenger, man.
For my Southside good men, kill Mo.
Yeah, we kill. You hear me?
Hey, what Bob at that?
What Bob at, y'all? That's all right.
My mama, Bob right there walking across the street.
What's up, Keyshawn?
Yeah, I mean, you got carry out, you know, the English terminology is carry out, but with here we roll our R's a certain way. Carry out. It's like saying marry or married would be he got married. Or go ahead, Aaron. That's like stop playing with me. Like, are you for real? Like, you know, or a whole time though. That's like saying, you know, like, no, really, like for real. Or, you know, somebody says you about to go to the store, or a job like don't even feel like going for real whole time. Job like is a phrase that basically says I kind of don't know if I really want to do that. I'm kind of feeling like I want to do it, but I kind of don't. You know, or stamp on my mother though. That's like a newer term that's used now. That like when I was coming up, we were like, you know, it's not, man, Slim, for real, stop playing with me. Good, like for real. Like if you hear a DC person say for real 2 times, that's like I'm serious about it. Like for real. Like that's like now they say on mothers, you know, or whatever. So on mothers is like kind of like saying I'm stamping it. When you say stamped on my man. When you say stamped on my man, that's like a bond. That's like how New York cats would say word is bond, son. That's the DC version of how a New York person would probably say, no, this is my word. Like everything, or we say on everything though. That's like meaning it's all included. Like everything you could think of to make what I just said be true is what it is. You know what I mean? Like somebody, for example, in a sentence, we were like, man, on everything, man, that mambo sauce was good. That was like saying the recipe that they used to create that sauce was delicious. It was like magnifique. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a chef just fixed it in a restaurant that where the plates was $1,000 each. But you got it from the carry out. You hear me? That's another one. When you say, you hear me, that's like someone saying, did you hear what I said? You know, like if I say, man, for real. I'm about to go down to carry out and give me some, you know what I'm saying, some fried wings and some mambo sauce and some rice. You know what I'm saying? That joint be like, good, you hear me? That's like saying, did you hear what I said? Like, I'm really serious about how I feel about these chicken wings I'm about to go get right now. You dig? You know what I'm saying? You dig is another one. Like, that's like, you know, like you feel what I'm talking about. You relate to what I'm saying, you know? It's a lot of different ones, man, you know, so that's just to throw that out there, yeah.
And this part of Northeast is sort of like Southeast. You know, we got Langston Terrace, 21st, like I said, M Street, Trinidad, River Terrace, you know what I mean? That's going towards the Minnesota Avenue side, but you got all those people coming over here. Then if you go far over to Southeast, you got Fletcher Johnson, you know, so man, when we get into education, man, we talking about like, man, DC has a lot of different schools here, colleges, you know, colleges are nothing but financial institutions, just like banks, churches, you know, but that's a lot that's here in DC. It's schools, you know what I mean, ranging from elementary to college and everything like that. And so we need to grab hold onto that and figure out what we want out of life and get that education, okay? And I got a pretty good education out of Brown Junior High School, you know. I don't regret not finishing my education in junior high school at Jefferson, you know. It was a nice experience, but I really liked, you know, growing up and coming to my neighborhood school. I really got a lot of life lessons here.
Jelly visit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the jelly visit for you.
Hey Mac, thank you for coming out to my live. You came to where I work. You know what I'm saying? You guys to see both sides of the spectrum. Once again, I want to thank you for reaching out to me and allowing me to be part of this documentary. I tell you nothing but blessings and success for you and all of your peers, associates, and family members.
Life is a gamble, sometimes a hit or a miss. You fall in the pit of snakes that rattle and hiss. I'm battling with depression on some clinical shit. I was given the gift and can't find the purpose of it. A legacy shipped, lost and passed today. American made, born in the Aquarian age. Caught in a maze, guess I'm just lost in the days. I bottled my rage, now I drink a bottle a day. Straight belligerent, ignorant, caught up in the sentiment. Never thought I would give into it. Poets so intimate, visions from a dream deferred. At any given minute, I could leave this world. And boom, go to outer space, man. Leave this wasteland, find my haven. Why am I chasing paper instead of living my dreams? There's gotta be more to life than material things. All I ever wanted was a chance to be free, and my parents to understand what it means to be me. Out at sea, you can view the past in the sky. The future's a lie, the present is a clever disguise. But they still don't listen, no. Nothing in this world is a